Hello everyone, tonight Total takes the city. The Ministry of Trade says government will be turning focus on domestic trade.
We know that the more we import, it will definitely affect our dollar rate. And as they keep importing, it's definitely going to affect the dollar rate because they do not import with the Ghanaian cedi. They sell the Ghanaian cedi off to buy the dollar, and it keeps increasing the strength of the dollar.
Also coming up, the Joy Business van features Achiever Foods Limited becoming popular for its nutritional products. Tonight, we're keeping an eye on new fuel prices we expect from various oil marketing firms to announce. Now, Total is taking the lead. We are getting indication of new quotes from the oil marketer. Let's show that. Super PMS going for 9 cedis 70 per West, diesel going for 10 cedis 80 per West, kerosene selling at 9 cedis 30 per West, and Excellium 95, 10 cedis 52 per West a litre. And so that's the indication we're getting from Total tonight. We'll keep you posted on the other oil marketers and whatever adjustments they make. But let's turn to the city now, because a Deputy Minister of Trade says a high import portfolio of Ghana's trading community is partly to blame for the continuous depreciation of the local currency. The city has lost 14.44% in value to the US dollar since January, ranked among Africa's worst performing currencies. Speaking to Joy Business at a public engagement with the women's wing of the Ghana Union of Traders Association, Nanama Dokua Esiameje hinted government.
And as they keep importing, it's definitely going to affect the dollar rate because they do not import with the Ghanaian cedi. They sell the Ghanaian cedi off to buy the dollar, and it keeps increasing the strength of the dollar. Now, when we're talking about the shipment, I'll still find a solution with it, with the domestication bit, because if you are investing in a product that is already made here, you are not going to have the COVID outbreak. The freight charges kept on escalating to the highest level. It started dropping, but not to where they were initially paying. So initially they were paying about, if they were paying about 5,000, at a point it got to about 15,000, and now it's back to about 9,000. It still has some in the products that are made here in Ghana. For those that we have the capacity to produce for everybody, full capacity production, we will encourage them to invest in these products. And along the line, for everything they raised issues of credit, access to good credits, access to credits with low interest rates, and we'll see how we can be able to arrange that.
Trade also spoke on the protracted Ghana-Nigeria retail feud. She insists all means are being executed to protect Ghana's retail space.
The other issues with the foreigners in retail trade, there's already something in place with the Nigerians, but what they have raised with the Chinese and the Indians are also quite critical, and it needs a lot of attention.
What's in place with the Nigerians?
Those who are already in the system, to see if they can be given some sort of a concession or an amnesty to regularize their documentation and then be able to do the business. You know, it's not only about them not doing business where they are not supposed to do, but also it also has issues with the taxation and how they are able to run their businesses here, beyond them shortchanging mobilization and generation. So we had this arrangement. It's still, the discussions are ongoing. We've already accepted the documentations of those who are interested in that concession, and we are almost through with it. I'm sure in about a week or two, we should be able to conclude on the Nigerian one. But with Chinese traveling all the way to Ghana to come and do retail trade, with Indians coming over here to do retail trade, that is actually affecting for Chinese. There's no way anybody else from any other national will be able to have that opportunity to do it. But I don't see the reason why they should come to Ghana and be able to do something like that. But then again, it is usually the same Ghanaian who is able to front for them with such businesses. So sometimes we see them actively in some shops, but when you get into the document, just as I told the traders, there are some that will need a lot more information than they give, so that we'll be able to deal with this, the situation. We'll be able to confront the situation they want us to deal with it.
The Ghana Ports and Harbours Authority has commissioned a newly constructed transit cargo truck park at the Ghana-Burkina Faso border at Paga in the Upper East region. The 30,000 square meter facility was constructed at the cost of 18 million Ghana cedis to ensure smooth operations for cargo trucks, improve trade and facilitate easier revenue mobilization. Correspondent Albert
Nankana West District of the Upper East region was often very haphazard. Coupled with the bad nature of the road, it sometimes became very dusty and chaotic in this area, making road users and even border security officials very uncomfortable. The situation got so bad that the residents here embarked on several demonstrations to try and get a solution. Chief Revenue Officer and
the undulated nature of the park. In the rainy season, the muddy situation that the park actually presents makes work very difficult for my people. In the dry season, they are overwhelmed with dust all over their bodies. And the vehicles that try to enter through the entrance, some of them falling off. The demonstrations that are normally staged by the transport owners and their drivers, which normally bring work to a halt.
About 2 years ago at the Paga border, the 30,165 square meter park was constructed by the Ghana Ports and Harbours Authority in partnership with the Customs Division of the Ghana Revenue Authority. It is hoped that the facility, which has now been commissioned, will also facilitate trade and enhance revenue mobilization for the country. Michael Loje is Director General of the Ghana Ports and Harbours Authority.
Because the ports are not just what is in Tema and Takrady, every road that links to the port, every corridor that maritime transport passes through or cargo flows through is part and parcel of the port. That has resulted in the investment that has been done in this particular facility.
Board Chairman of the Ghana Ports and Harbours Authority, Isaac Osei, said the new cargo truck park emphasizes government's commitment to create a conducive environment for inter-country trade relations.
GPHA, as a public sector authority, has a duty to assist in ensuring the realization of our government's vision. And this is why this truck park, it is also about people. It's about the relationships that we establish amongst the people who live on either side of the border. The facilities which have been provided here is telling us that we are really talking about the mutual cooperation between our people.
District Chief Executive for the Katsina Nankana West District, Gerard Atauje, said the new transit cargo park will help eliminate the situation where cargo trucks were often forced. Albert Sori, reporting from Paga.
Now, the Canadian government has begun talks to team up with the pharmaceutical industry to produce COVID-19 vaccines right here in Ghana. This is coming after Canada donated over 300,000 vaccines to the country. Minister of International Development and Pacific Economic Development Agency, Harjit Sajjan, told Joy Business's Odilia and Tiamwa that Canada is also giving Ghana 75 million Canadian dollars to support the country's economic recovery program from the impact of COVID-19.
The world, when it comes to vaccines, it was not equitable as it should have been. And this is something that we're very mindful of, and one of the reasons why Canada stepped up very early to work with COVAX to provide vaccines, therapeutics, and the support for the health system. And the 300,000 plus vaccine that just happened to arrive while I was here was a good opportunity. But while I was here, I had already had discussions, and our team had discussions with the additional vaccines that can be deployed very quickly, and we'll continue to do more. Not just where, when it comes to vaccines, that you actually create a hub here, and so that you not only look after your nation, but also the surrounding countries as well. That's what we want to look at, focusing on how we can work together for this.
You're watching Business Live. Still to come, Joy Business van features Achiever Foods Limited becoming popular for its nutritional products. That story after this break. Welcome back to Business Live. Achiever Foods Limited is becoming increasingly popular for its nutritional products, but it was a near-death experience which birthed this business. Adoboy is a chemist. Millicent Adoboy, food scientist. Husband and wife run Achiever Foods Limited.
Actually, Achiever Foods was born out of my personal story. In 2016, I almost died due to iron deficiency anemia. And prior to that, I was always, falling sick, unproductive at work and all that. Millicent was rushed to the hospital. It was discovered her blood level was low. It was as low as 4.3 for some people to donate blood. Unfortunately, at the time, my blood group was not easy to get people to donate, and the blood bank too had not enough blood for them to donate for me. It was a real struggle for Millicent. She was weak and helpless until a nurse suggested turkey berry. Turkey berry is a type of spiny, horticultural and medicinal purposes. It worked for Millicent, and soon she would recover. Instead of going back to her job, she and Bright decided to invest in making products from turkey berries to help others in similar situation. We did a lot of research, and then we realized that globally about 1.62 billion people suffer iron deficiency anemia, and it's more prevalent in Africa because of the malnutrition crisis that we have in Africa. And in Ghana it's very appalling. The numbers are just so bad. And so we did a lot of research into the plants with the nest, and then we came out with amazing products from turkey berry fruits. That was how Achiever Foods started. Bright and Millicent began with the production of juice and powder from turkey berries. But it was not as easy at the beginning as the newlywed couple at the time anticipated. We had a lot of people discouraging us. They couldn't just imagine we just got married, we are now starting life, and then we've quit our jobs to do this. It was crazy. Our family, they were trying hard to understand the situation. But then, one of the things that kept us going is the fact that we want to contribute to save lives. We want to contribute to make pregnant women have safe deliveries. We want to help women out there, especially because every month they menstruate, they lose blood, and so they need to restore in an organic way.
They are very healthy, and people who take it give us a lot of very good feedbacks. Still, people are still skeptical. They think it's the imported products that will do well. So we've had a lot of rejections from the shops. I remember visiting some pharmacy shops, introducing the product to them, and some of the ladies will just look into your face and say, you know what, we don't believe in your products, and you go disappointed, but we kept at it.
Bright and Millicent did not give up. They were convinced about their products and were determined to save lives. They kept pressing.
we are very much aware of the regulatory opportunities that we need to explore. And so we did a lot of work to make sure that the standards are quality and they are meeting the global demand standards. We make sure that whatever we do at Achiever Foods are able to help solve the particular needs we identified them for.
Achiever Foods started from the couple's kitchen, combining their fields of expertise in chemical research and food science. To be able to produce on a large scale, Bright and Millicent also had to turn focus.
Something good could come out of the turkey berries. So we really had to do a lot of work to talk to farmers. Now we have over 40 smallholder, women farmers that we are working with, and they are really doing well in supplying us with the fruits. Majority of the ingredients we use are, made here in Ghana. And so we started with all that. We spoke to one of few companies, and they were also ready to help us with some of the raw materials we needed to be able to kickstart.
Most of the berries are sourced from the eastern region. Once they arrive at Achiever Foods Production Center in Accra, they are weighed and go through the process of de-stemming.
We pick the fruits from the stems, and then we wash it, and after washing, we weigh it again, and then we take it through the crushing process. Currently, our crushing process and our drying process has been outsourced. So we don't do it in here at the factory. So we outsource it with very recognized body, right? And then from there, it comes back into the factory. When it comes back into the factory, we take it through another crushing process depending on how it was pre-crushed before it was dried.
After crushing, the next step is to bag into tea forms. They are sealed and labeled under the brand name Deliha Foods, stored, and then the products are distributed to the shops. As Bright indicated, it was quite a tough task to get the public to accept their product, Deliha. Next episode, we hear how Achiever Foods broke through the market.
The breakthrough moment which I can remember is some testimonies that started coming from our consumers. For instance, Achimota Hospital, we're doing some business with them, and we will visit their maternity ward and their diabetic clinic and speak to their patients, and that happened after a negotiation with the authorities at the hospital, when they realized that our product was very good and they could use it to manage the health of some of their patients. So from there, we got a lot of referrals, a lot of recommendations, a lot of people rebuying the product and even telling their families to buy.
The Joy Business Van was brought to you by EcoBank. So watch out for the second part of our story on Achiever Foods Limited. Up next, your money tip on Money Lab.
Good day, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Money Lab once again. What is fundamental analysis? Now, fundamental analysis for a stock is a method of measuring the intrinsic value of that stock. Now, it combines financial statements, external influences, events, and industry trends. Such analysis helps you to identify key attributes of the company and analyze its actual worth, taking into account macro and microeconomic factors affecting the company.
All right, and check out our website, myjoyonline.com, for the latest news items over there. Fast-track intervention to cushion consumers against rising fuel prices. That's the IAS to government. Also, 46.5% of Ghanaians won't use mobile money if e-levy is implemented. That's according to a survey. You can read all about it on our website, myjoyonline.com/business. Thanks for watching our program tonight. We are back same time tomorrow.